When I was young, thinking of dying is impossible to imagine. At the age of 76, I think it's reality. I don't know how many years I have.
本当はこれは僕が死んだ後にやる予定の展覧会をですね、死ぬ前にやってしまったというような回顧展になります。
You got your first camera at the age of 12.
It's not my decision. Just the father gave me this fine camera. I was a very handy boy, and I can instantly figure out how to use it. But I never thought that this will be my lifelong profession. When I first encountered this Heart Sutra was 1970, when I moved from Japan to California. And then I visited one of the temples in Los Angeles. I was amazed to reading the English text of translation. This says Shikisokuzeku Kusokuze Shiki. This is a kind of key concept of Buddhism, I think. And then, because of this, I think I envisioned the diorama series and then theater series. After the 2 hours exposure of the film, turned into the emptiness. The fullness makes emptiness. This is a concept I borrowed from this text. My artistic career, it started from this. The death in animals seems alive. That's the same emptiness concept. What is alive can be if you see this dead thing as alive. I decided to bring this back, my original text, with my dead animals and overexposed theater with Sanju Sangendo Buddha to be shown here.
In all these works, we never see like a real human. But in your own life, do you like interacting with people?
Definitely being around. Leave me alone. Actually, physically carrying the 8x10 camera to search for the remote place and find the seascapes, that's probably over. Physically tough. And then also the sea itself is, we are losing even the seascapes. So many oil digging towers and also so many fishing boats. I cannot just find a beautiful seascape without any presence of civilization or activities of human. Only one day a year, which is January 1st, from my foundation, surrounded by sea, I am able to shoot a photograph because there's no one there, no boat.
You like being alone? What do you usually do when you're alone?
Well, try to hide. My Tokyo residence, I have a very old apartment, more than 50 years. 3 different units. There's one room for my calligraphy. I have to be alone, no assistant. I'm still investigating my own recipe. I don't separate artist, photographer, or architect, or even the cooking. It's a reflection of same spirits. And I can serve my life back. I think that was a fun life. Now, finally, I can measure the length of the time of the life.
Do you have any advice for like young people nowadays if they want to make a living on what they're really passionate about?
Yeah, follow your passion, but don't copy me. You cannot make it. Don't look at my career, and it was a very risky life, I thought. So I was lucky.